Okay, everybody ready? This is the Greenfield Common Council meeting held Tuesday, September 16th, 2025 at 7:01 PM. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Present.
Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian.
Present.
Alderperson Akers.
Present.
Item B is opening prayer. We have Chaplain Pastor Rogers.
I'm so thankful to be here, thankful to be a part of this great community, and very proud of and thankful for each and every one of you. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for your goodness, for all of your blessing, and for providing us this beautiful city and this great, great nation that we live in. I thank you, Lord, for the peace and safety that's provided by our officers and our firefighters. I pray that you'll keep them safe, watch over them, guide them. And then, of course, that you'll continue to lead and guide our leadership here. Thank you for leadership that gets along. Thank you, Lord, for leadership that understands each other and works with each other well. I pray that that will be an example to the rest of the nation and certainly throughout our city. I pray your continued blessing and favor over the city of Greenfield. In Jesus' name we pray. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Item C is the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please join me as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, moving along to item D, I'd entertain a motion to approve the August 19th.
Motion to approve those minutes?
Of the August 19th, 2025 minutes. Motion by Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Driswicki. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item E is approval of the August 27th Special Common Council meeting
A
minutes.
motion to approve those minutes?
By Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Akers. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item F is the approval of September 5th, 2025 Special Common Council minutes. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers. Is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Driswicki. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under G, Mayor's Report, just wanted to thank everybody that attended the Greenfield Car Show, my favorite event, our 9th annual car show at Conkle Park over the weekend. I want to kind of chew out Google. So the power of AI, if you were to ask your phone, is the Greenfield Car Show still on? The response from Google AI was, no, it's been canceled because of rain. It had been canceled because of rain. We still had almost 400 cars there, which is good, which is down from the year before, but it was really well attended, and I think everybody enjoyed it. So thank you for Parks and Recs and our sponsors and everybody else that partook in it. It was fun driving the Pontiac there. So it's my favorite. It's actually my favorite day of the year. Other than my girlfriend's birthday.
What about your kids?
And my kids' birthdays.
Christmas.
And Christmas when I can, yeah, right. There's probably a few
Fourth
more.
of July. 4th of July.
4th of July, I get to drive the car in the parade. That's kind of fun too. Yeah, doesn't overheat. That's nice. There's a lot of other favorite days, but
I know.
the car show is my favorite municipally held car show in the city.
There's other car shows. Why you don't
No,
like
it's
those?
the only one that we have though, so it's my favorite car show that we have. I know. Stop
I'd
being-
feel bad if
stop
I was
being
the other
neg-
car
stop
show.
being- yeah, I know. Anyways, aldermanic reports, are there any this evening? I guess going back to Mayor's report, so there was a little rain here a few weeks ago. I think the city did a pretty decent job picking it up. I got a nice letter that I shared with you today of someone who survived the 2008 storm. Was very impressed with the work of our crews. I mean, the folks that are under Jeff over there at DPW, the working foreman, John's disposal, Brian in engineering, Jeff in engineering, Paula and Tim in finance, getting all the numbers together. It was really no small task to get all that stuff done. As you probably saw, I think I forwarded on to you, FEMA has accepted declaring it a disaster. Efforts are out there. I don't have that information in front of me for individuals who may have suffered losses as a result of the storm to go through that process. It sounds like, too, most of the damages that the city suffered, like the retaining wall along the creek and sewer issues and all sorts of other things that we don't have to go into here, thank you. Is that Google? I don't trust it.
No, that's the website people
Yeah,
can go to.
yeah. So it sounds like the stuff that we had, our engineering staff met with FEMA. There were 6 or 8 projects, I think, that they needed just a little bit more information on. But otherwise, they said that we did a very thorough job reporting the issues, providing estimates of repairs and the scope of repairs. Some of those repairs have already begun by our staff in the community at Public Works. So that's a good sign. So with regard to applying for FEMA disaster assistance and learning more about resources to help you recover, the website is www.disasterassistance.gov, www.disasterassistance.gov. So thank you, Alderperson Akers, for that. Back to aldermanic reports. Were there any? I don't think so. Any announcements for anybody? Don't think so. Is there
When
any?
does leaf product pickup start? Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I think this would probably be in the minutes just for, so we have a schedule of leaf pickup, and the schedule always says, you know, we want to pick up all the leaves by November 15th or 18th or something like that. Just to be clear, we continue to pick up leaves as long as we possibly can before the snow comes. The same trucks that pick up the leaves are the same trucks that snowplow the streets. It's a huge, you know, we try to, you know, space it out just right? But we continue to pick up leaves as long as we can, and we'll continue to do that this year. So even though people will call and people at New York City may say, well, it's scheduled to be picked up through the end of November, you should get your leaves out there, we're trying to encourage people to do it as opposed to waiting to the end, which a lot of people tend to do. So try to get those leaves out there as soon as you can.
Go out there and shake your trees and.
Don't shake your trees, something bad might happen. There'd be a thunderstorm, could get struck by lightning too.
I really thought we were trying to encourage people to mulch them and.
Mulching is.
So at the residence, I have a big riding lawnmower that I just mow the bejesus out of them, and I don't even rake because it's just too much work. So
If you
that's
can,
what I would
that would be the
encourage you to do.
preference.
It's better to do that, but there are some areas in the city where there's a lot of oak canopies and they always fall last because that's how oak trees are. There are some neighborhoods that are just inundated with leaves and there's no possible way to mulch them all. But we encourage you to do the environmentally right thing and try to keep that organic matter on your property to the extent you can. All right? No citizen commentary this evening. Moving along to public hearings under K1. There's a public hearing on an ordinance to amend the official Greenfield zoning map by rezoning the property located at 6869 West Forest Home from C1 Neighborhood Commercial District to C2 Community Commercial District, and a public hearing on a special use permit for Mezcalero Food Truck, a proposed food truck business located at 6869 West Forest Home. This is to adopt an ordinance to amend the zoning map, to approve a resolution for the special use permit, and to approve a site review for the food truck. Just to be clear, this is an ask to basically service the food truck there through the commercial kitchen and store the truck on the property. This isn't a request to actually use the food truck as a food truck on the commercial property. Correct?
That is correct.
Turn it
Okay.
over to you.
All right,
We'll
so
open
this
the
is
public hearing.
a two-parter. So it's a rezone to bring the property into compliance because it's technically zoned C1, which does not allow restaurants, but because there's been a restaurant there for a good number of years now, it's considered legal non-conforming. In order to begin to operate the food truck, they need to be brought into compliance, so they have to be rezoned to C2, which was recommended approval by Plan Commission in August. And then also, they would like to operate a food truck. So there will be up to 3 to 4 employees per truck. Hours of operation for the food truck would be 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Again, not on site. That's just for cleaning out purposes only. no real issues with, so there were small issues with the site that we are working with the applicant on, but nothing that would, we believe would inhibit them from being approved this, tonight, because Plan Commission recommended approval again. We've received 1 letter of support and 1 letter of objection to date.
Okay, this is a public hearing, and I don't know, there are slips down there. There's a red one and a pink one. You can fill out basically either if you want to publicly speak for, against, or informational purposes. They're right there. I would ask if you want to speak or you want to register in opposition or in favor, that you fill out one of those forms. I don't see that anybody has filled out the forms. There's an email from Jill Bossel, B-O-S-L, who is against the request to allow food trucks at this establishment. This is a residential area that already has issues with critters. And then there was a email supporting by Alex Alonte, or A-L-O-N-T-E, to whom it may concern. Benjamin and the Mezcalero restaurant have been a good friend and neighbor of St. John's Church and School since their business opened. We have no problem with them having a food truck, and we support their business, hoping it continues to do well. With all of the construction on Forest Home, I'm sure this has affected them, and we hope that the addition of a food truck will help them continue to be successful and be a great part of our Greenfield community. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak for, against, or informational purposes with regard to the food truck at this site? So if you want to come up, you're going to have to fill out one of these pink or red slips when you got a chance. What is the difference between pink and red? Well, one of them is for
Special use and one is for rezone.
one is for, yeah, can't see it. It's rezoning is the bright pink one, and the special use is the pink one. If you fill out one with your name, the reasons are probably the same. You have to fill it out prior to speaking? You can go to the microphone and say your name and address, and then you can fill it out and just leave it there, and that'll be good. It'll get into the record, okay? Can I speak now? You can absolutely speak now. Just let me make sure that you have a microphone. You have a microphone. There you
I'm not used to that. That's fine.
go. Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Good evening, Mayor and council members, neighbors. My name is Jeff Unger. I live at 4155 South 68th Street, right on 68th Street. Okay. My wife and I are here, and we've got some concerns and some questions about the food truck business. We abut, and I've got a picture here, we abut the restaurant. Their fence is about 6 feet high, and where our house is, and our patio, and where we live in the house, is right there. It's right close. I mean, you could hear people talking in the parking lot, let alone sneezing, dropping something, whatever. We hear a lot of fights in the parking lot at night. It's more of a bar, it seems like, or a tavern, than it is a restaurant, because it seems like they're all open Friday and Saturday nights, and it's where they get the best business. And it's a lot of people leaving at 2 o'clock, and they're inebriated. They're drunk, and they're throwing things or fighting. It's become kind of a hassle. We close the doors and the windows, and we keep the air conditioning on. We shouldn't have to do that. Born and raised in a house that we live in. My parents bought the house in 1955. And I was raised there myself, moved away for years and came back. My wife and I live there now. We like the area. We know there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of noise. Forest Home is busy. The freeway, 894 freeway is noisy. 68th Street isn't a peach either. But we're trying to live a life that we're retired, and we don't want to listen to all this noise. I don't know if anybody has any sympathy for us, but we're just saddened by the fact that we actually have to be here tonight. I don't want to be here. It's something where we shouldn't have had to deal with this. Now, there may be people that are happy with what's happening here. They might like the restaurant. The food is good. The place looks nice. But we see all the noise, or hear all the noise. We see all the things going on. The fence isn't quite that high. We're in a low spot. So we can see above that. We can see when trucks pull in, when people come in. And it's busy some nights, but the rest of the time it's not. But our concerns really, and I don't know who to address this to, if we have anybody here that would answer the questions that we have for the food truck
Why
company.
don't you try to, is the owner here this evening to answer
That's
the
why
question?
I didn't see them here.
Okay. I
And
mean,
in
we can
fact-
try, as staff, we can try to answer to the best of our.
I see
ability.
none of our neighbors either, so I'm kind of disconcerted a little bit. I'm fighting an uphill battle.
Sure.
But that's how much we want this not to pass. We prefer not to have this. We're not against business and commercial business in the city. I know you're for it, but we have some rights too. We've lived here our whole life. And we'd prefer to not have to fight everybody just so that we're happy and listen, and live in a quiet neighborhood. One of my concerns is how many trucks they would have. Two? Is there a maximum? Is there something where they could have 4 or 6 or 10 or
They're allowed to have 2, according to the special use.
two big, large trucks?
2 yeah.
Food trucks. Do you know where they'll be parking? I can show you on the map where our house is.
I don't know if we have.
That's our biggest concern.
I don't have a map, but it would be the rear of their building, so. I think
There's a
you-
lot of rear to it.
Sure, so if they're facing Forest Home, it would be behind the building, not in like that drive area, but like adjacent.
Could be
to-
right by our house, though.
Possibly, I'm not sure where you live.
Oh, that wouldn't be.
Do you have a
that-
Google map that we can pull up, or is that possible? Is that,
You had the map up before.
or
I
is there a
can-
map? There you go, right there, just that one would be good.
Yeah, there's the map. Okay.
Yeah.
They've got a real strange, I wouldn't even know what kind of geometry that is, but there's a lot of different angles on their property. We're at 4155 South 68th Street. We're the third house and property down from the trailway, the power line trail. So we have about half of that property up there is abutting the restaurant, but we actually can see over our fence. And believe me, we hear a lot of the noise. It's not just somebody sneezing and we're unhappy. There's a lot of people coming in, and it's tough. It's tough for us. But that's where we are, and it's right there. Now, if you guys allow them to park anywhere near that fence line, we're then asking you to have them park somewhere else. One of our other neighbors is going to be unhappy. But
Sure,
we
so-
really, we're retired, we live there all day long, and we sit and spend a lot of time in our backyard. And in the house, we hear a lot of music and things like that. So we were wondering how many, where they would park. We're hoping it wasn't right next to our lot line. I mean,
So
there's
it-
got to be other choices.
Can you see the mouse on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna park right here.
So right by the building?
Yes,
Okay. And they're going to repair trucks?
2.
service them.
Service trucks, so
So
it's like a
like they
repair
won't
shop.
serve out of there, but they'll like clean it out after serving during the day.
They're not serving food there
Correct,
out of the food truck? Okay.
correct.
So when they're there, other than when they're leaving, when they're loading the truck and when they're returning,
That's not bad.
that's
That's not bad.
that's really what's happening.
We were hoping it wasn't in and out all day long, I saw somewhere,
It
10
could
o'clock
be-
in the morning
It
to
could be in
10
and out
p.m.
all day long, but typically food trucks operate, they usually have one place to be per day.
And they're
Or they have
gone.
an afternoon and then they have a night.
Okay.
From what I've seen, so.
But that's daily. We're talking every 7 days a week that this is going to happen. Now they're closed on Mondays, so we
So
have one
if
day
they're-
of reprieve.
So, and I don't know if they're closed on Monday, I'm guessing that their food trucks, for the most part, wouldn't be operating on a Monday because there would be nobody there to service them,
So-
generally speaking.
The food truck, the people who will be operating the food truck are not associated with the restaurant. They'll be like renting a space in the kitchen. So it's like separate businesses that would be like
Does
doing the food truck.
Mescalero own the food trucks? So it's a third party that,
Correct.
some stranger coming in,
I mean, there's a lease agreement from what I understand.
that's not really,
So in order to operate a food truck, you need a commercial kitchen,
okay.
so you have to have somewhere that's your home base.
What other changes are planned? Is there something else that they're going to do in the future that we're going to get hit on again here?
No, that we're aware of.
Just for now, that's it.
That's it. It's just, they want to have 2 food trucks. They want to use their kitchen to operate their food trucks. It's not likely a coming and going. They're not going to be serving food there. It's just basically parking, for the most part, 2 food trucks there.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, we're a little more relieved for now. I would just ask you to consider that, though, maybe not do it, but if, it's just a feeling I have that it's an uphill battle to do this. And we'd prefer not to have the food trucks there, but if they have to be, they have to be. You're gonna have to vote on it. But just put yourself in our place for a moment and just, think about how it would affect you if you were home and you had to hear all that noise and see all the trucks coming in and out. So, anyway,
So
I
did
thank you very
live
much. I
there-
will fill this out.
Lived there when it was a bar? Virgin John's and? the
Virgin
other
John's, it used
one
to be
before that, and-
counselors at one time.
Which one?
The counselors at one time.
Was it, yeah.
I remember when I grew up there that it was a rock pile and a farmhouse. So, I mean, I went to Greenfield High School, lived here my whole life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to regret living here. I don't want to move. We have a neighbor that moved last December. They just said it was too noisy and it was, that was it. And they left. They moved to Muskego.
Did you go there in high school or after high school when it was Virgin John's or the counselors?
I was probably there once.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not big drinkers, but we would have gone there.
There were a lot of big drinkers back then.
But there were more than there are today.
I would think so. Most bars are kind of closing up by 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Back then, I remember, and not that I was there, but if I had been there on Friday or Saturday,
Guilty.
I mean, it was literally packed until about 2 in the morning on Friday nights and 2:30 when bars closed on Saturdays. So the restaurant itself is, just from my perspective, and I'm not trying to offer too much commentary, but the restaurant itself is a vast improvement over what it had been in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, from what I can tell. Restaurants are struggling from our perspective. What we're trying to do is we're trying to be accommodative
I know.
with restaurants and income streams and making sure that they can stay open. Because if it was vacant, that would be bad.
Well, we did have problems.
Trying to be reasonable about it as well, so.
We had problems with rats, so I just, there's gonna have to be that, it's gonna have to be addressed somehow. Big rats.
Yeah, so, and I'm not trying, I'm just trying to answer questions. When all of and historically, this seems to be a fact, whenever there is road construction.
Right.
Anywhere, and the sewers are sort of rattled, touched or rattled, the rats kind of come out and they try to look for other places that aren't as noisy and as, so in our city this year, with 894 under construction, there have been a tremendous amount of rat complaints over the last 3 years while 894 has been under construction. And it's immediately adjacent to the freeway, and that's because I'm told by health folks that the rats migrate away from the construction. Forest Home being under construction seemingly forever and seemingly never going to get completed, although I'm told it should be completed someday.
27th Street.
Is we have those complaints rearing their heads again. 43rd Street near the cemetery, we have those complaints, and you can almost tell which road's under. That's not to say 27th Street's another one. So rats are a
But this
tricky
was
issue.
prior to this.
Was it?
It was
Okay.
prior to that.
Yeah.
And even like last year.
if
They
there-
don't
if
pick up
there's-
their garbage real often, so it's,
So all the restaurants in the city are required to have pest control and to have those boxes outside the business and to do all those kinds of things and to keep the dumpsters sanitary and to put, not have grease,
right.
buckets of grease out in the back in a pail, which some do.
Well, there could be
so-
an improvement, so.
Yes, no, there absolutely could be an improvement.
Okay. Anyway, that's it. I know you have a full schedule tonight.
Can I just
wanna
ask you a
thank you all.
question?
Yes?
With the noise, is the bands, has that gotten better?
I had emailed you about 2 years ago, and you were very helpful. You said that really there's nothing you can do at this point. They had a permit, but they had outdoor music. So right in the parking lot over where, I could show you on a map, they had bands and guitars and everything, and we're right there. I mean, again, we're very close. If I could move our house somewhere else, I would,
I know the feeling.
in Greenfield.
I'm right by the freeway
And you had mentioned that too. You were near some place where it was very noisy also, and we just didn't think that they needed to do that. I mean, if you're out of business, it seems like it's more of a bar than a restaurant. We see a lot more people there on Friday nights and Saturday night. And it's, the big time is when they have musicians. When there's somebody playing music, they're packed. So I see a trend. I see something that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing there. And then, boom. So, but yeah, it's gotten better. There's no noise at all like that, but we do hear the music inside the basement. It's a boom, 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 and I don't know how you
So
can
even
talk.
with that, and we struggle with that, and we struggle with harmonics in almost every restaurant that does stuff like this.
Around neighbors, yeah.
Let us know if the bass is out of control. There are ways to try to work
What do
on
I do
that.
though? Do I call the police every time?
You
They
could
they
call
don't
the
seem to care.
police, or you could call her. I mean, or email her and just say,
They're doing it again and, yeah.
they're doing it again, it's out of control. If there's a fight in the parking lot, you should call police.
Very good, very
I
good.
mean, that's what we're trying, right?
Okay. All right, everybody, thank you very much.
But you're really close, right? That's,
Yeah. I'll fill this out too, I promise you.
Okay.
thank
All
you
right, good evening. Thank you, guys.
very much.
All right.
Does the missus want to speak? No. You sure? Yep. Okay, you want to put your name on a sheet? Nope.
Well, you can just register and not speak.
Yeah, I know. Okay, does anybody else want to speak for, against? Yeah, so we're in a common council meeting, so if you'd like to,
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
just wait before you do that. Does anybody else want to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? Does anybody else want to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing. I think I heard one from Alderperson Kastner. That was second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
I,
All opposed? Motion carries. Does the council wish to take any action to approve the ordinance, to amend the resolution for the special use and the site review as presented?
I'd like to make that motion to approve this. And I do understand that we have residential places right next to businesses. It always seems to be an age-old problem when we have residences abutting business properties throughout our city. I hope we can coexist and work out the problems that may occur because of that.
So the motion's been made in second. There are restaurants in this community, and some of you know which ones they are. One of them's maybe down Forest Home much further, and there may be one over near, across from Shirley's district that's in Bruce's, I think, where there are constant calls and for service. Just internally, I'm not aware of too many calls to these folks. They've complied with, I think, everything that we've ever asked them to. And if there are other things that they could do better, I'm sure they'd be willing to do it. Just to let you know, the property itself has been historically challenged because of parking. It's always been like that, and I think it's even more challenging now with the state enforced home and potentially new rules that the state may want to impose on certain properties in this, along Forest Home with regard to no parking. But this has been a restaurant that's been very, they're trying really hard, it seems, in a tough environment, so that's just my 2 cents worth. Motion was made and seconded.
What are we approving?
Who was the seconder? Alderperson Juzwicki?
Bailey.
Are we approving both of them?
Bailey.
Bailey,
made
okay.
the motion.
No, it was Kastner Bailey.
Kastner Bailey? Yeah. Okay.
Bailey, thank you.
So could you call, please?
Alderperson Juzwicki?
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey?
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner?
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian?
Aye.
Alderperson Akers?
No.
Okay.
Who made the motion and who seconded it?
You and Bailey.
I don't think so.
No.
I made the motion.
Oh,
Bailey made
Bailey
the
made
motion.
It was, okay.
Bailey made the
It's just
motion.
reversed.
Kastner is the second.
Okay, so it's corrected.
Okay.
All right, moving along to item 2, public hearing on the special use permit for Total Wireless and proposed mobile,
was that, we approved everything then?
Yep, all of
Okay,
that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
is, excuse me, public hearing on a special use permit for Total Wireless, a proposed mobile home phone store to be located at 6225 South 27th Street, submitted by Mohammed Al-Mugharabi. Hope I got that.
Say that fast now.
Doing business as Quality Communications LLC. This is to approve a resolution for the special use permit for Total Wireless and to approve the site review for Total Wireless located at that location.
All right, so this is a special use in the PUD. It will be for an 800 square foot tenant space. If you look previously, it's this one right here. So the proposed hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, and there will be one full-time employee. For a site review, they've recently resurfaced their parking lot, so that looks a lot nicer. Previous special use approvals for other tenants in this space established that the best place for the dumpsters are behind the building. So there's two buildings on the lot, and so the dumpsters are along the west side of the west building and the north side of the north building. But there is a fence all along this property line, so at least for the neighbors over here, they don't have to look at the dumpsters. The tenant space requires 4 parking spaces. The entirety property requires of 343. There's only 298, but Common Council can waive that shortage. Plan Commission recommended approval, and we have received no letters of support or objection.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? You want to speak for, against, or for informational purposes concerning this item? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close.
Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sharian, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. That was for the site plan, oh, that's still closed the public hearing. I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution for the special use permit and approve the site review.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Driswicki, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sharian. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Item 3 is a public hearing on a special use permit for the Ridge Community Church counseling, a proposed mental health counseling business located at 4500 South 108th Street, submitted by Jody Tonarelli. Hopefully that's correct. Doing business as the Ridge Community Church. This is to approve a resolution for a special use permit for the Ridge Community Church counseling, as well as a site review for the site.
All right, so the mental health services is a special use in this PUD. So it will be technically New Life Resources will be operating out of the church. New Life Resources is a third party that does mental health counseling. They do a lot of like similar things where they like use different churches as kind of like satellite offices from their home base, which is in Brookfield. But there will be 3 part-time employees, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 on Thursday. There were no issues that we noticed on site, and Plan Commission did recommend approval in August, and we have not received a letter of support or objection.
I see the applicant is here. Is anyone that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? Is anyone that would? Okay, I don't see anything. Just under the public hearing, before we get into discussion, much of the discussion at the Planning Commission and throughout this entire process is, can you have a business in a church, right? And can you run that kind of thing? So the lawyers and all the folks and the accountants and the tax code people, this is becoming kind of a standard fare in many churches. It's permissible under all of those rules. So this is just with regard to the use within the church. All that other stuff has been thoroughly vetted. So is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against informational purposes concerning this item? I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Alderperson Akers, is there a second? Second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. And entertain a motion to approve the resolution for the special use permit, as well as approve a site review for the Ridge Community Church.
Motion to approve both.
Motion by Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. Just quickly under discussion, we've also been talking to the Ridge with regard to the site about trying to enhance their parking at the site. You'll recall that the parking lot is kind of, I don't know how else to describe it, being really jagged up on the west side.
Checked that.
And it has been since Walmart was there 30, 30 years ago now, 27, 30 years ago. So I expect the Ridge at some point to come back. We're working cooperatively with them. We hope they stay here. They,
Thank R.A. Smith on the civil engineering side to work up some proposals for you.
yep, so just wanted to bring that up as an informational item with regard to the site.
So going back to that business thing, there's not a portion that will be taxable according to the rules that they figured?
It sounds like there isn't a portion that will be taxable.
We won't be charging any rent. We'll actually be paying for the people to get counseling, so we won't be profiting at all. It's just a contract that we're paying for the people to get counseling for free as a benefit to the community. We just see a need and our people have a heart for it.
That would be a significant difference.
Yeah.
Say that again?
That's
A
it.
big difference that way than what I was thinking.
So,
And it's important, I think, for the entire world right now.
Workshops as well. We welcome you to the ribbon cutting October 7th.
okay, thank you. Okay,
I just have a
motion-
question, a fast question. So does anyone get the free counseling, or do you have to
Yeah,
belong to
that's
the church?
It's absolutely a goal. We'd love to, the goal is to serve everyone from, we have access to counselors through New Life, specializing in kiddos all the way through adults, marriages, addictions. The goal is to do this not just to serve our people, although we know there will be some of that. We have other pastoral care and stuff for those folks already that we do offer in addition to counseling. The main thrust of making the dollars available is to serve more than our community, our current membership, right? The goal is to really be a blessing to the community because we just see it as an immense need. And the more we tiptoe into this area, the more our people respond. We've been talking with local school districts and public health officials about how we can make workshops available outside our walls and pay for those as well. So I think this is something we're seeing develop, even though we are a church, as a calling to really serve our community in this way with licensed professional clinical counselors. So with all the credentialing that you would expect from true professionals, but just something that we have a heartbeat for that's developing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do they justify charging at the other locations and not at yours?
They are charging us. We will be paying for it. Our people are giving to us. They're tithing to the church, and the church is going to cover the cost of the counseling
Gotcha.
on a needs basis. So sliding scale, we're appropriate.
All right.
The workshops and everything will be for free, though.
We appreciate that then.
We're grateful to do it.
Okay, motion was made, I
Yes.
think.
Yep.
Can you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner, Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Okay, I have nothing under L. Moving on to M, new business, adopt a resolution allowing settlement of the claims of Ariana Bullion and Jacina Cervantes relating to personal injuries as a result of an accident on May 11th, 2024. You have the resolution before you, and the settlement is a lump sum total settlement amount of $12,000. This is recommended by our city attorney. I'd entertain a motion to approve, right? Yeah.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 2 is approve an application for a 2025-26 combination Class A fermented malt beverage and liquor license, retailer's license for TS Wine and Liquor, Surinder Singh, agent at the property at 4955 South 27th Street. Paul's Wine and Liquor, first floor and storage and basement located on that property. I'd entertain a motion to approve the application as presented.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second? Second by Alderperson
So I would
Sarian.
like to second it, but also he has, I guess, an amendment or a request.
How's it going, everybody? So currently, Paul's Wine and Liquor, they have a license where he's allowed to sell alcohol from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. We're asking that we get the same license, even though Paul has never used the license, and we probably won't use it either, but we're thinking long-term, and in the future, we might want to use it. So this license was given, I think a couple of years, a while ago for third shifters that get off of work who necessarily don't want to go to bars, that want to go home and have a drink or two maybe. So we're asking that same license gets given to us.
What is that? I don't know.
That would have to be a different item, wouldn't it?
It is the same license, but are you speaking about the time frame?
Yes, time frame.
Would that be under a special use permit?
Yeah, so the license itself is governed by the special use on the property. And when he opened the thing, there was a special use that I'm gonna close,
For the neighbors and.
I'm gonna close early for the neighbors and sort of like, remember, see those folks back there that are talking about the restaurant? They're still here too. They must be really interested in local government. I'd be watching the Brewer game personally if I was. So as part of the special use, when he opened the place, he agreed that he would restrict his hours to those hours. So that would require, I'm pretty sure, a special use change, and it would require a public hearing, much like this one, where you would have to come in and say, I'd really like to change the hours.
Okay.
Because the hours on this license, I think, are governed by that former special use, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right, Mike.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Because I think there were people at the time, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, there were neighbors that were not happy about having a liquor store right next to their neighborhood. And Paul said, I don't want to,
I understand.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can still try to do it. It's probably just not appropriate under the terms of this license right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any plans on doing it, but I was
Okay.
thinking, long run future, we might want to.
Yeah.
But no plans as of now.
Yeah. So when did you buy it?
Actually, we're closing on Thursday.
Thursday?
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for.
It's a long
welcoming us to the
tradition of
neighborhood.
Paul's Liquor Store in our community. All three of them, four of them, four.
This is last one?
This is his last one. All right.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
Yep. So I'd entertain a motion to approve that application.
Very good.
Did we do it?
Yep. By Akers,
Oh,
second
yeah,
by
you're right.
Sarian.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Sorry about that.
So Gina, I guess, had told him that it's up to us tonight for that
It's
time
part
thing,
of the
but-
special use.
So what does he have to do then?
So he can call me tomorrow, or I could, basically, he has to apply for a change to the special use. The hours of operation under the special use, that would go to the planning commission probably, and it would be reviewed there. And they would recommend for or against changing the hours that had been previously approved. And if it's, whether it's recommended to be approved or not approved, there's the opportunity to come before the common council with a public hearing, much like this one, where he would,
This isn't a public hearing, but we did have.
well, we had public hearings prior to this, like where that gentleman back there with the distinguished white beard and hair testified before us. So that's kind of how that works, okay? So Gina or Anna can probably tell Gina that's the deal, okay? And how to do it. Right? Is that good? Yep.
You were right.
All right. Item 3 is approve an application for 2526 entertainment license received from El Beso Mexican Restaurant and Cantina for the property located at 5030 South 74th Street. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 4 is approve applications for 2526 operator licenses. Entertain a motion to approve, subject to all the disclaiming.
So moved.
Motion by Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 5, adopt an ordinance to amend section 13.03, parent 12, parent little d, parent 2 of the Code of Ordinances for the City of Greenfield pertaining to the quota for off-premises small alcohol retailer licenses. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Drzwicki, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner. This is the one that relates to the Quick Market, I think. So the Quick Market applied for a liquor license prior to the moratorium that we set a long time ago. Subsequently, after the moratorium, the council created an ordinance limiting the number of licenses available to 15. All 15 are out right now. I think there are 3 or 4 or 5 on a waiting list. This gentleman who had his application and all this stuff in before the moratorium was entitled to not be bound by the new ordinance that came after the moratorium, which required us to change the ordinance from 15 to 16.
Yes.
So that's what this is. And did we have a motion to approve? Yep, could you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Item 6 is adopt an ordinance to amend Chapter 10 and Section 10.94.19, Parent 1, relating to respectively statutory counterpart ordinances generally and battery. This is the one I think that he was working on with the police chief and the police department to provide cohesion with state law. Make sure, right? Isn't it?
Motion for approval.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzwicki. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Items 7, 8, and 9 are outdoor special event applications for the House of Harley. The first is for the Cruisin' Bike and Car Show event on September 19th. The second is for the Harley's First Responder Ride and Oktoberfest event on September 20th. And the third is for Harley's annual Local 215 Packer Party event on October 12th. I'd entertain a motion to approve those 3.
I make a motion to approve all 3.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Sarian, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. Item 10, approve an outdoor special event application or Corner Club's Pig Roast Football Party event to be held, or to be located at 4309 West Grange Avenue, October 5th. Includes the following combination of licenses, permits, outdoor special event. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I move for approval.
Motion by Alderperson Sarian, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzwicki, all in favor?
Aye.
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 I
Opposed,
take
motion.
there's no live music.
Yeah, I was gonna,
So there is, I think there is music outside a little bit.
If nothing else, there'd
I
be
think, I don't
probably
know.
noise for the Packer game.
I think that's exactly what it is. They might have a big screen, they have a patio area in the back, and there might be a big screen back there, although that might be where the pig roast is. If you were the neighbor, it'd be really loud. Just,
their neighbor, I think they own the house right behind it, don't they?
I think they do, and the Hoyleys own to the west.
We did vote on it already, didn't we?
The pig?
Yeah, we
Did we
did.
vote on the pig thing?
Yeah,
Yep.
we did.
Motion by Sarian, second by
Made a motion
Juzwicki.
and second, we didn't vote on it
I
though.
thought we did. Didn't?
No?
I have passed.
It did pass?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
All right, let's move on.
You're right, because I crossed it off, which means that we did pass it. Item 11, discussion decision to approve a letter agreement between the Greenfield Fire Department and the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club.
I
And
don't know if
entertain a
we should
motion to approve.
that, you know?
Motion to approve.
Second.
By Kastner, second by Sarian, right? Would you please, yes, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Item 12 is discussion decision to approve the service order with Clergoff for budget support services for a 3-year term ending December 31st, 2028. This is when you see the coil-bound budget, which is providing historical contact, not that one, the other one,
Yeah, I know.
that has all the pictures and all the graphics and all the charts. We've been using that now for quite some time, and this is a continuation of that. And we do that because it helps us easier track, and it just makes the budget a lot easier.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Item 13 is discussion and decision to approve the financial agreement with the Wisconsin DOT to pay Greenfield's share of the cost related to the replacement of the South 92nd Street Bridge over I-894, which happens in 2026?
7, I thought.
Seven.
They might be moving it to 2028 because they don't want to conflict with the reconstruction of the freeway past the stadium.
All right.
What costs are we going to incur?
Sidewalk and streetlight.
Are we putting the sidewalk in like we really wanted?
Yep,
So it's gonna go and
yep,
make sense?
from that meeting, yep,
Both sides? Both sides.
both sides.
And to the Ellerton or whatever that
Yeah,
street
that's
is?
Yeah,
First
up
Street.
to Allerton, yep,
Okay.
and to the new trail,
I think
On
that-
both sides.
both sides.
Thank you.
That's important.
So they pay for everything, but they pay for, they're gonna be straighting, they're gonna relay it too, so it make that weird curve that's in 92nd Street is
That
gonna go
slows the
away.
traffic down.
It's because part of the road is pushed to one edge of the right of way. It's gonna be centered, and that's all gonna get fixed as well. So with the county and the state, when it comes to sidewalks and streetlights, those are typically always our responsibility.
But we need the sidewalks.
The sidewalk will connect 84 South to Power Line Trail Phase 4, which should go from 92nd Street back to 99th Street and then connect to the Oak Leaf Trail at developer's expense. And this is a sidewalk that gets you across the bridge into that spot. And that's set for 2027, maybe.
Depends.
Yeah,
Could be next
six,
year.
maybe even 26 or
It'll
27.
actually be next year. The Power Line Trail Phase 3 project is still set for 26, I think.
Yeah, next year we're building Phase 3. It's going out for bids in November.
That's the one that requires the new bridge. That one goes from Layton to the Hales Corners boundary.
And we've started the drainage in that 92nd area, the connections for the.
The contract has been let, and it is, I think I signed it already, didn't we, for 92nd to 99th for that sewer?
Yeah.
So I've signed it, and that's supposed to happen this year, which will provide some relief, and extra capacity to two areas that have been hit especially hard when it rains like a son of a gun. Okay? So I entertain a motion to approve. Did you have further questions, Alderperson?
The lighting, we're gonna have to move some street lighting?
We're gonna have to move some street lighting to line up with the new street. We're also going to have to move the trees that were planted next to the apartments there. And we're gonna save them. Dennis is already working on a plan we're gonna spade them and move them somewhere else to make sure that, that they're just not,
Put one in front of my house.
yeah,
No vacancy there.
that would be favoritism. We're not-
I'm talking on the parkway, ours got knocked down,
Did it?
yeah.
Well, maybe we can put one there. We'll talk to the city attorney. Okay, yes? Okay, would you please, did we get a motion in a second? Can I get a motion in a second?
Motion to approve.
By Akers, second by Bailey, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 14 is discussion decision to approve a maintenance agreement with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation related to replacement of the bridge that we just talked about. In essence, is whenever we put streetlights in and we put sidewalks in, they become the city's responsibility. It's like that for every sidewalk and streetlight, so.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
Could you call, please, sorry?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner, Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 15 is adopt a resolution in support of applying for grants from the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources for Urban Forestry. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Akers, or second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Item 16 is adopt an ordinance amending section 8.04 of the Greenfield Municipal Code by repealing Ordinance 1665 regarding no parking on the east side of South 68th Street in the vicinity of West Bernard Avenue. Entertain a motion to approve. This was at Board of Public Works. So,
I move for approval.
by Alderperson Sarian, second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Item 17 is approved site landscaping and architectural plans for the Quick Market, the proposed convenience retailer located at 6437 West Forestome Avenue.
Motion for approval of the improved plan that we already approved.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Druzwicki. Yes, it's a plan that we approved. Yep. But improved because there was a new architect and made the building look better, basically, is the only change. Could you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Item 18 is approved site landscaping and architectural plans for proposed multi-tenant retail building located 4691 South 27th Street, submitted by Assad Jabber. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion for approval.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Druzwicki. Just quickly under discussion, this is the really crappy gas station that was on the northwest corner of 27th and Layton that had been in complete disrepair and is now being turned into a up to two tenant retail space. Yeah, it only took 12 years
But we did it.
or 20 or something like that. I still remember when it was a mobile and I worked at Kmart, so. All right, I think I can do an all in favor on this one, can I? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 19 is, I'm going to take item 19, 20, 21, 20, and 22 together. Those are additional Finance Committee items. Entertain a motion to approve continuing the stock box program, schedules of disbursements, mileage reimbursements, and financial statements for July. Entertain a motion to
I move
approve.
for
By Alderperson Sarian, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Kastner, would you please call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Sarian,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Items for future agenda. I presented the budget last Wednesday. You should all have a copy of it by now, hopefully. Did you get yours?
I think
Okay.
mine was the last one in the box.
I'm encouraging you to reach out to all department heads or to me specifically in the event that you have any questions. If you don't trust me, you should always go to Tim or Paul in the finance department. What?
Change today that I sent you with shared revenue?
Yeah, so there was some good news. We're actually getting a little bit more in shared revenue this year, which is kind of nice.
So we're in the process of making those changes.
So he's getting all anally retentive because there will be a number of changes to the proposed budget that we provided to you as the information that we receive gets updated.
We always get those
And
pages.
there was a positive update with regard to shared revenue, which went up, I think, 113,
Yeah,
113 or 131?
calculation for the expenditure restraint was higher than what we.
By 113,000 or something like that? Something like that.
dropped from last year, but it was higher than what we had in the first copy of the budget.
So in the end, we still got less than last year, but not as less as an amount as we thought we were going to get. Any other little nuances that need to be discussed?
EPI came in for August, so we were able to true up the ERP portion of that and kind of offset with the revenue that we found out yesterday, so.
In the end, there's not going to be any real significant changes to the budget, kind of tinkering. Again, our expenses just for salaries and insurance went up about $1 million, plus or minus. Our ability to raise property taxes went up about $130,000. So I just want to keep repeating, and it should be repeated often, when your house price goes up, your single-family residence goes up, and you're paying more in property taxes, that doesn't mean that the city's getting more money. That means that the burden of the entire property tax levy is being shifted to you from commercial properties or offices or whatever that are staying relatively, which aren't growing as quickly. So we can raise taxes overall for our roughly $30 million budget $130,000 next year. Even though your taxes may be higher because your house is now worth more and somebody else's property isn't. Does that make sense? All right.
Right, and we only get a certain percentage of that tax bill that you'll see.
Yeah, the other
School
part.
district, MMSD, MAC.
So every now and then, I'll go on Nextdoor, and in West Dallas today, somebody got, their water and sewer bill is $200 a quarter. And where's all this money going, right? And then there's all these comments about, yeah, my property taxes went up. West Dallas's levy didn't go up. Property taxes are flowing to your single-family homes because your value went from $250,000 to $350,000 or something, right?
500 by now.
And then there's a comment that says, well, aren't they the ones that had all these, I can't remember, some kind of special revenue obligation bond thing that caused I'll lose all this money? No, the city of West Dallas didn't have any of that. The school district did. And that has nothing to do with the city taxes, right? Well, there's all this flooding and the city of West Dallas is responsible for, well, no, it was MMSD, who's also on your tax bill. They're responsible for that.
I think that
So
water bill includes their sewer.
I'm not sure how that works. They
Because
have a
they're
water
a
utility and
customer.
a sanitary sewer utility, unlike us, who are a retail customer for water. But
Yeah.
the reality is we're about 30% of your tax bill, right? So when you say, my taxes are $10,000 and I deserve to have plowed streets, well, the city only got about 3,000 of that.
You still
And-
should have plowed streets, though.
And we do have plowed streets, and we have incredibly well-plowed streets in comparison to many of our neighbors, especially the largest one to the east, I think. So
Are we in the next item?
I want to keep talking. I mean, I already missed the Brewer game. I'll keep talking.
They're winning 5-0.
Are they really?
Yeah, bottom of the fourth.
I really don't want Philadelphia to,
Hey, can I make a motion to close the, or to?
I don't accept the
adjourn?
motion. I want to talk some more about the, no, yes, you can. I'd entertain a motion to
Adjourn.
adjourn. By Alderperson Akers, there's a second.
Second.
By Alderperson Driswicky, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.